With the final month of the BSC on the horizon and just a handful of spots remaining left to qualify, the race is heating up as we head into August. This is your 2026 Brawl Stars Championship postseason position. While Worlds qualification is not in the equation, South America remains one of the most exciting regions headed into the final month. Despite an uncharacteristic loss to SK Kalalas in the quarterfinals, Bounty Hunters remain at the top of the region with 465 points. Newly signed Red Canids secured their third monthly final title in July and lead ahead in the race with 440 points. With both of these teams already locked into Tokyo, both will be looking to one-up one another in our final month and head directly to the playoffs of the 2026 World Finals. 4 teams remain in contention for LCQ, but realistically, it's only 3. After a grand finals finish in July, Loud have bounced back in full force and sit at 331 points, 31 ahead of 4th seed Olimpo Squad. If both teams qualify, Olimpo Squad will at minimum need to reach the grand finals to have a chance at heading to Guangzhou. SK Kalalas remain in contention, but they would need to claim victory in August and meet other conditions with Loud and Olimpo Squad placing low or failing to qualify to have a chance at heading to the 2026 postseason. Similar to SA, North America has already locked both of its teams for the 2026 World Finals. Their pillar of consistency, Tribe Gaming, has secured the organization's 7th qualification to the event, but they currently sit in 2nd place. Upstarts Team Electras have rocketed into the 1st place spot with back-to-back monthly final wins in June and July. Separated by a small margin, can TE maintain their dominance in the 2nd split, or will Tribe finally best their rivals and perhaps even win a grand final for the first time this year? With Vicday headed overseas to Turkey, the battle for NA's spot to the last chance qualifier in Guangzhou remains a race between 2 main teams, Vatic and FA Bobby, who returned to KDS Esports for the final month of the BSC after Only Realms' year-long ban. With KDS just 12 points ahead of Vatic heading into August, the Visionaries will need to place above the veterans to head to LCQ. Can the Youngbloods get it done, or will the Unks prevail in the final month of the BSC? With the last monthly final in East Asia once again headed offline, Tensai and Crazy Raccoon don't need to sweat, as they will look to defend their title on home ground without having to go through LCQ this year. However, even though they've directly qualified to the World Finals, Shitampo and Zeta Division have once again dominated them regionally, sitting 90 points above CR with their eyes on the 1st seed. They'll lock their spot if they qualify in August, and with Battleman in tow, Zeta Division will take on the world at home and look to right the wrongs of 2025, hopefully not even having to worry about exiting in last place. With Reject headed to Challengers, 3 teams remain in the race for LCQ: Rival Esports, SK Kalalas EA, and Fennel. For Fennel, a miracle will be required for the newest partnered organization in the BSC, as they would not only need to win the monthly final, but see to it that Rival fails to qualify and SK Kalalas exit early. Rival Esports is the front runner for the spot at 305 points, with SK Kalalas just 16 points behind. If Rival qualify from the upper bracket, SK Kalalas would need to make the grand finals at a minimum to overcome their rivalry with the Rivals and lock their spot in Guangzhou. Last but not least, we head to the strongest region in the world, EMEA. With 6 spots for the postseason up for grabs as a result of great performances at Brawl Cup, it actually turns out that only 4 will be up for grabs as we head into the final month. Foot Esports has dominated the region with 4 monthly final wins, and they've already locked the 1st seed of EMEA, so they'll be headed directly to the playoffs in Tokyo. 2024 World Champions and the 2-time Brawl Cup champions Humble will have also advanced to the World Finals for their 3rd year in a row as a roster. With a healthy lead on points, Reply Totem and Novo Esports are in touching distance of locking their spots to Tokyo. Qualifying to the August monthly finals means that either of these teams would just need to place top 4 to lock their spot by their own destiny, but there's still only a handful of scenarios where they don't qualify. Worlds may still be on the cards for some teams, but most on the lower end of the leaderboard will look towards locking their spot in Guangzhou at the last chance qualifier. Team Heretics, Navi, Kumalaza Westa, and Big can all head to Worlds with victory in August and an early exit for one of the Italian organizations already mentioned, but their first test will be in the monthly qualifiers. With some stronger teams like SK Gaming, Foot Academy, and Madrid heading to Challengers, they'll have less to overcome, but they still need to not underestimate smaller teams with nothing to lose. Heretics and Navi sit at 286 and 282 points respectively as the current slot holders headed into August, but Kumalaza Westa and Big are at 271 and 270 points respectively, just needing to reach the semifinals to overcome their rivals. Tune in August 2nd to see how the final monthly qualifiers of the year sets up the teams for the 2026 postseason. Use code BSEN, and thanks for watching.